Hey everyone, welcome back. In this video, we'll be welding the plates onto the head tube and completing the head tube assembly. For the new folks just tuning in, I am converting this junkyard bike into a head tube angle and fork rake testing bicycle. So what that means is after my modifications, I should be able to rotate the head tube to different angles on the fly, and the fork changing the rake on the fly as well. So the idea is to understand these ride characteristics in real time while I'm riding the bicycle. So I decided to make my own insert. I'll be 3D printing this. The old inserts I had were for a different size bracket, and I just wasn't okay with it being that loose. I thought I'd be able to squeeze by, but I just want to make sure all this work isn't for naught and that I've got the bottom bracket aligned and secured properly. So 3D printing. And here's some rabbits. I decided to sneak up on them and see if I could get a closer shot. This was in the afternoon as I was working on the bike stuff. And I think I've seen this rabbit before. My wife and daughter named this rabbit Almond. Anyway, as I was recording, I noticed these little babies. I've got these tacked on now. You can see this one came out, I kind of lost it right here. And this one was a tough one as well. It's always tough getting in here between the jig and the frame. You'll also notice that I have bolted these on here just to kind of hold it in place. And I think I'll leave these on until I get the full weld on both sides. All right, and here's the other side, and you can see it's a lot better because it's the outside where you can access it and your helmet's not hitting the jig while you're trying to see what you're doing. I'm just about ready to start welding. I'm going to use 1/16 because this is a pretty big gap, and I'm gonna take it really slow, just do like 1/4 inch welds, like in various areas and on the other side, and eventually get this all filled in. I don't want to go with long beads because it's going to heat up too much and it's going to distort and do all kinds of bad things. So let's give this a shot. Alright guys, I got one last thing to do here, and that is I need to put some sort of a sleeve in here. So imagine this is like half of a tube. I'm gonna take something like a half of a tube and weld it in here. So the reason for this is I need to tighten this down in order for this to not move while I'm testing, and I need something to hold this, otherwise it's gonna pinch and squeeze. Okay, I almost had a huge disaster. So I had this in here, as you could see, and I was attempting to put a tack weld here. But I ended up putting a little hole in the tube, and then me not really thinking, I forgot that this is inside here, and I didn't want to fuse weld this inside the tube. So I forgot about that, and I was welding here to try and close up the hole. And I did close up the hole, but then after, it immediately occurred to me, oh no, I think I may have fused the bolt in here. So I did a little bit. This was in here all the way. This edge was to here, so the bolt was in like this. Luckily, what I was able to do is to screw this nut here and kind of pull the bolt out. Now, hopefully I didn't bend this too much. It's okay, I knew there'd be some of that happening anyway. But this is holding, for the most part, these plates in place. And of course, when I have the front head tube on and that whole assembly, this is going to get tightened down really tight anyway. So I don't think I put this under any pressure that it normally would have gone under to get the bolt out. But I got it out, and you can see I've kind of messed the bolt out a little. But I'll still be able to use the bolt. I'll cut this off, of course, because I don't need this whole length. So now I gotta try to weld this on here, just tack it. I just need tack welds to hold this in place while I thread bolts through here. So I gotta be very careful. Alright guys, here they are. Pretty bad. But it just needs to hold this in place. So I was totally freaked out that I was gonna blow through this. This is 035. Yeah. Let me show you the top. So there's the top side. Good enough to hold it in there. It just needs to keep it in place. Okay guys, that's all for this video. In the next one, we'll start working on the forks. Until then, stay humble, and I'll see you guys in the next one.